Real Madrid, they're plus 125 at the Bernabeu, hosting Liverpool. Plus 187. The draw is plus 300. The game stayed here. I think I'm most excited to bet this match because it's such a funny game state. Madrid's up 5-2 on aggregate. Liverpool's 16-1 to advance.
Are you on it?
No.
No 16-1 for you?
No, definitely not.
Not Liverpool. Come on.
So, but it kind of
He's
lends
not sure.
to how I am betting.
Well, we know Leboff loves to bet the dog and loves to bet, the big prices.
Yeah, when they have.
But this is like the test case, like against his favorite team on his least favorite team.
Yeah, no way.
He's got all these winnings piled up from his Real Madrid money line from the first leg when I had Liverpool.
So it kind of lends into what I'm going to say, though. I think Real Madrid's a great live betting opportunity here because you know how Liverpool's going to come out. Maybe they go out, take a quick 1-0 lead. But Madrid's the type of team that's kind of built to absorb that pressure, and Liverpool will then go for the second one. The momentum carries in, right? And what's going to happen? They're just going to be open at the back, and Madrid will score. And if they do, like if it goes from 1-0 Liverpool to 1-1, like the deflation with Liverpool is just going to be, you're going to be able to feel it in Iowa, BJ. And at that point, it's just going to be doors open. Yeah. So I'm going to be looking at live bet Real Madrid should they go down early in this one. And also, as we get, even if it's like 0-0, Klopp's just going to pull players. Like if it's out of hand, like, or if they're still down 5-2 on aggregate and we're in like the 60th minute, I don't think he's going to keep his players on the pitch. They're just going to pull guys and try to make sure nobody else gets hurt as they try to make this farcical top 4 push or something. So I think there's some doors open here for another comeback win for Madrid. That's my game theory.
It's very funny. So I think I might, I was kind of just figuring on passing for this one just because, the game state, but I bet the over in the first leg, and I think I might just do it again. Because here's the thing, and this is the thing with Liverpool, is yes, you've seen better defensive performances from them against Crystal Palace and against Wolves. And then over the weekend against Bournemouth, it's the same problem that they had against Real Madrid. It's where transition defense, teams create a big chance and they score. And that's just what's been happening over and over again to Liverpool. Real Madrid took 9 shots and scored on 5 of them against Liverpool in the first leg. This is what they do. This is what they do, though. This is what they do throughout the Champions League. That's why they luck boxed last season. It's just they converted on every single counterattack. But when it just keeps happening to Liverpool, it's a problem, systemic problem. So I think they're probably going to go for this from the get-go. And the thing about it is, from the flip side of it, is Liverpool looked great in the first 20 minutes. They were breaking down Real Madrid's low block there and again. The Darwin obviously got the huge chance at the beginning. Salah missed a huge chance as well near the beginning of the match too. Nunez then had a shot basically deflected off target that had an XG rating of 0.65. But yeah, Real Madrid, we've been talking about forever. They're not that great of a defense. Anthony mentioned it last week. They're still over 1 non-penalty expected goal per match in the lowest scoring league in Europe, and they really didn't put in that great of a defensive performance in the first leg. So if they're really just going to sit back in their 4-4-2 and be vulnerable to crosses like they were in the first leg, Liverpool's definitely going to get, I think, at least 1 on the board, and then, again, in transition, what's the one team that you don't want to see coming at you in transition offense? It's Real Madrid. And it's a problem for Liverpool where they're so good in transition offense. That's where they thrive, with Salah getting forward and going at defenses, but they're so bad in transition defense. So it's this thing that works for them and against them as well. So I see this game becoming very, very transitional. And, we've seen this from Real Madrid in the past where, and the one that comes to mind was the first leg against Manchester City in the semis last Champions League, where City scored in the second minute, but you could see from the get-go, Real Madrid was we're just going to play very, very defensive. We're just going to try to see this out and try to take advantage of our few counterattacking opportunities. And as soon as City scored, it was oh crap. All right, we got to come out a little bit. We got to try to be more transitional and get it going forward. And in this match, it ended up working out. So I'll probably be on the over again just to have some fun, and we'll end up watching this be a 0-0 draw, but that's okay. But I do project 3.4 goals for this match. So I'll probably be on the over again.
Yeah, I think it's a fun game to back that be square almost in that regard too, right? Like, because everyone's gonna think it's gonna be
I think I know how this is going to play out. I think Liverpool is going to score 2 early goals inside like the first 30 minutes, and then everybody's going to be like, "Oh my gosh, game on!"
it's on. Yeah,
And
that's
then
what I'm
Real Madrid
saying.
score 3
That's
counter-attacking opportunities.
that's my. I mean, we just saw it too
Yeah.
last month, right? But that's my thinking here is that an early goal from Liverpool gets everyone's juices flowing, and then Madrid exposes their weaknesses, uh, which they're set up to do. And the game state is kind of built for those weaknesses to come out too, because they need to go for broke from minute one. Anthony, you were on Liverpool against Real Madrid in 2017. You were on Liverpool against Real Madrid
Definitely not.
last season. You were on Liverpool against Real Madrid in the first leg here. Are you going to do it again?
Last month was my first time betting Liverpool against Real Madrid. I actually had Real
What
Madrid.
about the final? What about last?
I didn't
final?
have them. I had one bet.
Come
I had
on,
one
you
bet.
came on this podcast.
Check the tape.
I know
Check the
you
tape.
said that you had the
I
Vinny,
said
the Vinny
I had the
Junior
Vinny
shot
shot on
prop,
goal
but
prop.
you were
That was it.
no.
That was the
We'll
only
check
bet I
the tape.
had.
We will check
We'll check the tape.
And you
I
said
had Liverpool.
that Liverpool locked
BJ had
that.
Liverpool, and I
had
said I'm not
Liverpool.
betting.
No,
Oh
of
my
course,
God.
yeah. No, you
I
both
thought
did.
Liverpool was inflated too at that point
Yeah.
in the season. I was worried about them. Anyway, now let's talk Liverpool Real Madrid. I want to push back on this narrative because we talked about the transitions, but those 3 goals were not transitional goals that they scored to take the lead. It was 2-0 Liverpool. Liverpool was playing them off the park. They were beating the shit out of them. They couldn't break the press. They couldn't stop anything. Liverpool should have been up 3 by then and could have been. And then Vinicius scores a nice goal, but it wasn't a counter. It was like a real move. The second goal was a complete fluke. Granted, so was Liverpool's. But Real Madrid's second goal was a complete fluke where Vinicius like gets in the way and it hits off his foot and goes into the goal on a back, pass from Alisson to the center back. And then the third goal was on a set piece. So, yes, Real Madrid was extremely efficient. They took all their chances. They created a bunch of stuff in various different ways, and all the bounces went their way, and they won the match. But I watched that game and I didn't feel like Liverpool was particularly worse than Real Madrid. I thought they were much better in the first half. The second half, after the goal where Real Madrid went up 3-2 off the set piece, you're right. Liverpool definitely was deflated and fell apart. But the first 45 minutes to me gives me a belief that Liverpool is live to turn this. And I know it sounds crazy, but we just saw it happen last year. Chelsea played Real Madrid in the round of 16. Chelsea in the first leg, I bet Chelsea, and they were like a plus 110 favorite at home. And I was like, they're the better team. They're at home, which is how I felt about Liverpool. And they had a couple of bounces and a couple of flukes go against them. Real Madrid beat them in some transitional moments for sure. There was a huge error defensively. I forget who exactly. It might have been Conte, but somebody made a bad back pass that led to a goal for Real Madrid. And it was 3-1 going back to, or 2-0. I can't remember the score. They were down 2 goals going back to the Bernabeu. And Chelsea was a slight underdog on the road at the Bernabeu, down multiple goals. And I said, look, I know, at that time it was the opposite problem. It was, we know Chelsea's good defensively. Can they score enough? This time we know Liverpool can score in bunches. We just saw them put 7 on Man United when some bounces went their way. The question is, can they keep them out? Now it's 3 goals. It's a lot, but I'm betting them draw no bet plus 120 because I think they're the better team still, unless I will bet them at a dog price. And I think the market is overreacting a little bit to what was a deserved win in the end. But like I said, the goals were so fluky and the final XG was like 2-1 for Liverpool. So I just can't get there. So I'm going to bet Liverpool plus 120. And yes, I will be
against Liverpool fluky though. Like they can't defend it.
That is true. But at 16-1, we've seen Liverpool score goals in bunches. If they get, 1 or 2 early and the pressure starts mounting, I actually think it works the other way in the sense that Real Madrid is not used to being in this leading position. And the one time they were last year, they blew it. I mean, they were down 3-0.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden they came back. So at 16-1, I'm going to take a shot on the Reds.